Welcome to the Kaizorian experience. Over here, we're going to be talking about everything African. We're going to be having debates, discussions, entertainment, as well as learning about business, art, history, and everything in between. Cultural, tribalism, and everything. We're going to be out here debating with some really interesting stuff. So, like the video, share the video, and make sure you subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Subscribe for the best experience ever. This is the biggest channel on the Afrosphere. So come and join the team, become a Kaizorian, and join the Kaizorian Empire. I universally exist within myself, within this premise, and I exist within this bluebird in the sky. I'ma fly like the blue in the sky. I'ma fly like bird in the sky. I'ma fly like bluebird in the sky. I'ma fly like bluebird in the sky. I'ma fly like bluebird in the sky. I'ma throw my bluebird in the sky. I'ma soar like bluebird in the sky. I'ma soar like bluebird in the sky. I'ma fly like bluebird in the sky. I'ma fight like bluebird in the sky. I'ma eat like bluebird in the sky. I'ma be like bluebird in the sky. I'ma be bluebird in the sky. I'ma be free, bluebird in the sky. I'ma be free like bluebird in the sky. I'ma be like bluebird in the sky. Back again like the second coming. Strumming my vocal cords like the hummingbird in the sky. Y'all can't deny this. Real rap lyrics, it's like I ain't got no rhyming through the sky limit. What is skin tone, shade of color, but a parallel form of frequency like a ringtone on your phone. Melanin expression, tied up in the universe, feeling like God's. Is this really us? Is it serious? Is it really wrong to be diverse? I'm a divergent, immerse myself like an ocean beneath this waves. Be a divergent, born to be different. Indigo child, wild like canary. Born to be a bluebird in the sky, flying high like a bluebird in the sky. I'ma fly high, bluebird in the sky. Yeah, bluebird in the sky. I'ma fly high, bluebird in the sky. I'ma be like bluebird in the sky. I'ma be like bluebird in the sky. Everybody scream bluebird in the sky. I'ma fly high, bluebird in the sky. I'ma be like bluebird in the sky. Yeah, bluebird in the sky. Everybody, bluebird in the sky. I'ma be like bluebird in the sky. I'ma be like born black, sweet like a berry. Flying high, high like a canary. Scary with my hoodie on. Hating on my vibe on the street that you'll be feeling my frequency of the song. But I know that I ain't never ever gonna be. Shalom, shalom, mother loving one. What's good, everyone? Make sure you hit the like button as you come in. Today, we're going to be discussing a little bit about the year return and what I believe the Ghanaian government scammed a lot of Black Americans out of $1.5 billion in the so-called year of return, which was really never supposed to be for them to return, because you can clearly see some of the laws and legalities, right, that actually prevented them from even purchasing land the way that they wanted to, right? So we're going to talk about that. We're going to watch a video as usual, and we're going to analyze it. Then we'll see where we go with that, right? That's the reality. Then also we look at some Black American homes being destroyed as well, right? That is a little bit sad news. So let's go ahead. Yeah, let's get it. All right.
Leslie Jones, you never own land in Ghana as a foreigner. Heavy topic, but it needs to be said. When I bought my first plot of land in Ghana, they told me, you know, I don't really talk about like how, you know, you purchase land here, because some people might not understand. And guess what? Today I'm telling it all. 5 ways you can lease land in Ghana. I just told you the answer right there. We foreigners cannot own land in Ghana. We can only lease land in Ghana. So these are the
And again, like if you're from Nigeria or from another country where a lot of Black American slaves were taken from, if you're gonna learn from this, don't scam Black Americans, right? Don't tell them you're coming back home, you can buy land, and we've got all this land here petitioned for you, when it's a lie, right? Foreigners, and Black Americans are foreigners, cannot buy land in Ghana, right? You can only lease it, and not just lease it, you can only lease it for a time period that is much less than a lot of people want to invest for a business.
5 ways you can lease land in Ghana: government, families, stools, clans, and skins. Okay, and I quote, my lands consultant told me this. So I'm going to read directly from his word. Government, that's self-explanatory. Family land is easy to register. Stool land is usually from a chief, but this is what I learned. It has to be consented with the Lands Commission before registration. The Lands Commission manages the land on behalf of the stool. This is one of the longest registration processes. Alrighty, clan is just a bigger extended family, and then skins are the name of if you want to lease from a family in northern Ghana. And guess which land mine falls under? The stool. So this is why my registration is taking longer than usual.
Side note, the contract maximum years of leasing for a Ghanaian is 99 years. The maximum contract leasing years for a foreigner is 50 years. Please make sure you have a renewable agreement in your contract. And if you're enjoying this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.
So now that I'm going through this process personally, I can talk about it even deeper. So this is the
Yeah, so newsflash, she never got her land. She got scammed off her land, right? Completely. She will never see that land ever again. So I'm just, updating you, right? This whole buying land in Africa, do your due diligence, do your research, right? When you have a complicated system, as I stated in Ghana, whereby lands is owned by multiple different entities, right? Over here, as you can see, there's government land, there's family land, there's tools, there's clans, and then there's skins, right? Too much of this stuff over here that it makes it too complicated. Meaning, even if you are someone that's well versed in doing your own research, it's just going to give you hell over here, right? So, me personally, if I was in Ghana, right, this is not advice for you guys, this is advice for me, right? If I was in Ghana, I would not invest in a land, right? In any kind of way, unless I had like a specific business that would benefit me, yeah, etc. Even if it was like a 1 year lease or something, depending on the business. Is it agriculture? Am I setting up a factory? There are some unique businesses where you can invest in a leasehold, right? But in general, if you're thinking about retirement, you want land that you can give to your kids and give to people over time, then no, Ghana really just doesn't seem like it's the right place for me personally to have invested land in. They're very unique situations that would lead me to invest in Ghana, right? This process looks too complicated. And when something is too complicated, to me, that's a scam. Simple as that, right? When something is not straightforward, it's a scam, right? It is simple as that.
consultant told me this. So I'm going to read directly from his word. Government, that's self-explanatory. Family land is easy to register. Stool land is usually from a chief, but this is what I learned. It has to be consented with the Lands Commission before registration. The Lands Commission manages the land on behalf of the stool. This is one of the longest registration processes. Alrighty, clan is just a bigger extended family, and then skins are the name of if you want to lease from a family in northern Ghana. And guess which land mine falls under? The stool. So this is why my registration is taking longer than usual.
Side note, the contract maximum years of leasing for a Ghanaian is 99 years. The maximum contract leasing years for a foreigner is 50 years. Please make sure you have a renewable.
Now, look, no, sis, you shouldn't be still trying to tell people to buy land in Ghana if the maximum is 50 years. Most countries, it's at least 100 years. The UK is like 999 years, right? Even for a foreigner. In Kenya, it's 100 years for foreigners, and then a citizen is about 1,000 years, right? That's the typical land ownership rights.
But when you have a situation like this, 50 years, right? This is not investors. These are not people coming in, setting up an industrial farm where they want to use the land. These are Black Americans who are suffering from racism, and they just want a place where they can call their own. So giving someone a 50-year leasehold, after that 50 years, they've built a nice, beautiful building, and now the chiefs, the stools, the clans, the families say, hey, we want our land back. They already invested on their home. Now, of course, you can renegotiate an extension, right? Now you got to pay extra money, of course, right? Even more than initially, because guess what? The land's has appreciated in value. Now, that's not the only issue. They don't have to agree to resell you or release you the land. So for me, I wouldn't be advising anyone who's like, going to Africa for more of an emotional, spiritual journey to purchase anything that's less than 100 years. 100 years is at least, 4 generations, right? You can give it to at least your kids, and your kid can perhaps give it to one of their child or something. Or that time they could have invested in a way or find a way to renew it. But 50 years is terrible. So to me personally, I just wouldn't really recommend anyone going to a region or country where they give such a terrible deal. And that is a terrible deal. There's no two ways about it, right? What's good, Ola?
Hey, bro. That was good, man. Good topic.
Not bad. Yeah, thanks, man. Just chilling. Yeah, let me finish the presentation and I'll bring you on.
Agreement in your contract. And if you're enjoying this video, please like and subscribe. Thank you.
So now that I'm going through this process personally, I can talk about it even deeper. So this is the situation I'm in. My land was stool land. My developer purchased it from the chief at 99 years.
Now, let me make this really clear. She actually loses her land. She never will get it. She bought a second land, which she also lost. She will never get it. And right now, she's actually made a video of why I'm leaving Ghana, right? All the 2 lands that she invested in, she will never see, or rather own it, etc. So she decided to leave Ghana and go back to America. But the issue I have with these, people that make these videos is they're never straightforward and just tell you straight to your face that this was a bad investment. I will not recommend it to other people because they'll go through similar things. They never just say things straightforward. And the issue with that is other people will end up in the same situation. Now, people think the whole of Africa is bad. You can never invest in Africa when it's just specific countries, specific regions that have laws that are just not suitable for small investors.
Here's a lease, and then I purchased it from the developer, 50 years lease with a 25-year renewal at the end of the 50 years. So when I say you never own land, that's what I mean. You never own land. You lease land. The people that own land are the stools, the families, the skins, the clans. It's in they're the owners, okay? And they just lease it to us. Either lease it to other Ghanaians or lease it to foreigners, lease it to real estate companies, release it to developers. That's it, guys. So know that. Because the reason I wanted to do this video, some people have reached out to me through my website, and when I start talking about the lease and the sublease, it threw them off. They didn't understand it. And when I first
It's not that they didn't understand it; they were using their brain, sis. Like, okay, so let me give you an example, right? If you come to Kenya or Nigeria, right, and you want to buy land, it's straightforward. A Nigerian foreigner can actually buy land under leasehold for 99 years. The company that he or she registers can also buy land for 99 years. Same thing in Kenya. A foreigner can just easily lease land for 99 years. Simple. No need to go through clan elders, families, stools, or all these things. There's 2 types of land in Kenya. It's either private land or it's government land, right? Government land, you have to make a petition, right? File a petition to lease it from them. And private land, you just buy it from the private individuals. And there's a clear, simple, this person's name, this person's ID number can be found in the land registry. And you buy it only from people whose actual name is on the land registry. You don't buy it from their kids. You don't buy it from their bro. Even if the person's dead and there's only kids alive, don't buy it. Because guess what? One kid will say they don't consent to selling it. Then you've lost your. It's a whole mess. Only buy things which are straightforward and clear. So in general, like I like the sister. She came Africa. She reinvested. But why can't she just tell the truth as it is? Ghana is not a good place to invest for small investors who just want a place where they can call their home. It just isn't.
heard it, I was like, I kind of understand it because in the States, you can have a home, pay off your mortgage, but if you don't pay those property taxes, what happens? They take your home. You could have took 30 years to pay off that mortgage, fully own the rights to that home, but if you don't pay your property taxes, it's gone. So who really owns the land, guys? So that's how I worked it in my mind. I heard Hawaii is the same way. Any Hawaiians looking at this video right now? You want to confirm that they do lease and subleases as well. So yeah, Ghana is a different monster. It's not like the US. But word on the street, well, I really just heard this from another Ghanaian. They're starting to give less years to Ghanaian citizens now. And the plot sizes are getting smaller. So before I came to Ghana, the plot sizes were like 100 by 100. Now the standard is 70 by 100. Thank goodness my developer extra.
Yeah, no, sis, you ended up losing the land. Then you end up buying another land. You got scammed. You lost that land, and you got disgruntled, and you decided to leave Ghana. And I still don't see you just telling people straight outright. The estate service that she used to buy land was called Cash Estates. That's the estate that scammed her. Sis, I just want you to be honest and just tell us, Ghana is not a safe place for you to invest if you're a small investor, because the 50-year term lease is just not enough for you to go live and build your nice, beautiful house, bring your kids over from America. Because, we have to know different use cases, right? If I'm an agriculturalist, I can use the land, develop a farm, make the profit. Then the money that I use to rent the land isn't an issue. But if I'm just someone who wants to build a family home, then you need more than 50 years. You need at least 100 years, right? A whole lifetime, so that you can at least be able to invest. That's the issue that I have here. Yeah, she lost her she lost her beachfront land. Yep, she lost it. She never got it, actually. It was never hers, to be honest, right? She just signed she signed deals and agreements, and they just basically scammed her, right? That's the reality of the situation. So guys, I will tell you straightforward, right? If you want to invest in Kenya and something doesn't smell right, I'll tell you the truth. I don't want you coming here, then hating it, then even saying worse things about Kenya, saying how Africans hate Black Americans. No, I'll tell you the truth as it is.
10 feet, 80 feet by 100 feet. But guys, things are changing in Ghana. The real estate development sector is exploding. And if you are thinking about, if you're hesitant about, going forward and purchasing land, you need to find out why you're hesitant and bust a move. Because in the next 20 years, if you try to bust a move 20 years from now, you're going to be late and you're going to miss this boat, and your plot's going to be 2 feet by 5 feet. I'm just playing, that was an exaggeration, but you understand what I'm saying. Because if the plot sizes are lessening, but the cost of it isn't increasing, you're getting less bang for your buck. So I hope this helped. Oh, I wanted to also share with you, Cost Estates, the people that I bought my land from, my first property I bought, they lured us in with the 99 years. You can get 99 years as a foreigner. But then I learned, I put 2 and 2 together because...
Oh yeah, she makes more videos about Cass Estate, right? She actually ended up suing them. Nothing turned out. The land was never hers. It's a whole mess, basically, with this lady. The reason why, though, I think people like this get scammed multiple times is they refuse to smell the hot coffee on the stove. Like, when something is too good to be true, people keep scamming you. Why are you keep doing it? That's the issue that I want. Anyways, guys, click on the link to join the conversation. The StreamYard link is there. I want to hear different, diverse perspectives from people, as so that we can actually get somewhere. Because if we don't do anything, if you don't learn about what's really going on over here, we'll actually end up just bringing people. Now, just sharing one last video, guys. This is not a long video. I'm just going to be showing the Black American couple that got their house and hotel resort removed. Right? The chiefs claimed it was an LGBT resort. I don't believe that. This is Hebrew Israelites. That's probably the least thing that they will be trying to build over there, right? That is just a reason that they use to demolish your house when they're tired of you, because they don't want to they just want to get their land back and sell it to someone else. Good morning, Jem, Jewel, and Alexis. Shout out to you guys. Hopefully you guys are doing well right now. But yeah, that is unfortunately how the case is, guys. So if Nigeria or Kenya or any other country has a year of return or a decade of return, do it the right way. Come on, guys, right? Set the infrastructure so that these guys can invest and be safe. These are not big investors. These are not China or India or Saudi coming there with millions of dollars. No, these are individual black families that have saved thousands of dollars, $20,000, $30,000, $50,000, right? All their life savings just to come and retire in Africa. And then you sell them bad deals. Your process of acquiring land is literally non-existing. It doesn't work for them. And then, of course, now what they'll do is they'll be like, why am I leaving Ghana, right? What that means is we have less tourism coming into Africa as a whole from our diasporans because they think we are not honest people. And that's the issue that I have there, guys. You know, we have to think a little bit more how we actually we do these things. It's not fair, guys, for these guys to come here and suffer this kind of situation. And I'm saying that because we're going to lose foreign exchange, right? Every time these people leave, they make a video why they left. And then other people watch the videos and be like, well, I'm not going there then, right? Instead of just people being honest and say, hey, look, just don't buy land here, right? Come and visit, get a holiday, get a leasehold on some property somewhere, like a 1-year leasehold. If you really like it, you don't have to own the land. That's the other thing. Like, why are you obsessed with owning land? This is Africa. Land is cheap, right? No, Habibi. When I say fair, right, I'm talking. I specified. I said we're going to lose foreign exchange from the lack of travelers that are going to come back in. That's the issue, right? The main issue is, right? I got to tell them it's not fair for for different reasons, right? But the main issue is we're losing foreign exchange. Every time these people leave, that's thousands of dollars that could have been doing something within African market. And right now, Ghana is bankrupt, as I mentioned yesterday. Ghana can't pay off its debts. And that's why they use the Black Americans in order to at least try to begin paying off the debts. That is a big problem over there, right? It has over $3.5 billion it had to beg from the IMF, right? And it got another $1.5 billion from Black Americans.
The Monetary Fund has approved a $3 billion bailout program aimed at boosting Ghana's economy. The country has been battling its worst economic crisis in a generation. It's been hit by soaring inflation, high debt and a devaluing currency. But the country was once one of the continent's rising economic stars as a major global producer of commodities like gold and cocoa. So what exactly went wrong? Well, let's speak now to Bright Simons, who's a Ghanaian entrepreneur and business analyst and joins us now. Thank you for being with us. Let me put that question to you first of all. What went wrong with the big economic dream that Ghana was doing pretty well?
Well, it all starts with how Ghana became a rising star, and that was sometime in 2006. It got one of the biggest debt relief packages.
Story that is going around where this Black American brother went to Ghana, build a house, or trying to build a house, come back, they knocked it down. Preliminary things that I've been just kind of hearing and gathering, that the land was leasehold and not freehold. In certain African countries, they have freehold land, which is you own it outright, and then leasehold, which could be 50-year, 99-year, etc. Now, I asked why would they do that? They said because of colonization, so the people can't own the land outright.
Just in Africa, actually, $4.5 billion of its debt was wiped out, nearly 75% of its entire debt stock. That meant that it couldn't all of a sudden borrow from international capital markets. It also discovered oil in 2007 and started producing in 2010. Combining all of those revenues together meant it could invest in large infrastructure projects, which then transformed the fortunes of the country. So that is how Ghana became a rising star. Unfortunately, we borrowed too much until eventually in 2014, it had to turn to the IMF for a bailout. That bailout simply allowed it to go back to the capital markets and borrow even more. So by 2019, thereabouts, it was starting to spend more than 60% of all its income, government income, domestic income, on servicing that debt. And by 2022, when this crisis hit, 75% or more of all government income was now going to servicing debt. So that's how Ghana fell from grace.
And associated the terms of this latest bailout, this $3 billion bailout from the IMF, there are some demands for reforms. What will they look like?
Number one is debt restructuring. The country has to be put on the path to debt sustainability. So that means that by 2028, it should be spending less than 20% of government income servicing debt. To do that, it needs to restructure its debts. It needs to go to its creditors and say, I can't pay you what I used to pay you. I want you to accept less. It's done some of that at the domestic market. About 40% of the domestic debt stock has now been restructured. It has to start to do that with international creditors.
Have you guys ever wondered why Ike is paying over $3,000 a month in Ghana for a 2-bedroom house, while in Kenya you can get a 3-bedroom house in the same high-end neighborhood for $600 a month? Actually, you can get much cheaper if you're willing to, you can even get $400, right? Yeah. So what's good, guys? The panel is open up, man. So
can I respond to what you just asked, though, Kazo? And my question is,
go ahead.
Do so many Indians own so much land in Kenya because you all allowed Indians to be a tribe in Kenya? Is that the reason?
Okay, so first of all, Indians don't own so many land. I can give you the land ownership by ethnicity. Indians are not anywhere close.
Let me hear that. Can you break that down?
Yeah, I'll bring it up in a minute, right? So no, Indians don't own land. What Indians?
That's my point. But how much land do Kenyans own in India, though? Can we address that? Or Africans, period?
Well, okay. Yeah. Here's the thing, right?
We gotta address that.
First of all, there is a tribe in India called the Sidis. These are African descendants, right? They do have some land.
They also have Indian ancestry.
Your argument fails.
No, you're failing because you have to realize this. The cities also have Indian ancestry. They are indigenous. They also have African ancestry.
They're mixed a little bit.
The Indians in Africa don't have African ancestry. Checkmate.
It's not a checkmate.
So why you let them be a tribe? Why you let Indians
right? The cities are 75% African DNA.
You just said it. So 75. That's not 100, correct? They also have Indian ancestry. The question is, why did you all allow Indians? Why have you all allowed Indians with no African ancestry to be a tribe in Kenya? That's the question.
I'll tell you why. All right, they've been here for 200 years, right? So they made a petition, right? They lobbied the government. This is how you
no, brother. We know the process. I'm asking, why did you all allow
it? I'm telling you, right? This is what you Black Americans don't do, right? This is why you still don't own anything.
Yeah, we don't allow.
You don't know how
Indians
to lobby
be
the
a tribe in our country, right?
You don't know how to lobby the government.
No, brother. Why did you allow them to lobby your dumbasses? Is the question. Why did you allow foreigners to lobby?
They have money.
For money, so you sold your land out. You sold your country out for money. I get it. All right, let's move forward.
Yeah, but
okay. Now
he has a good point though. You guys don't have a land over India. He has a great point. You guys can never own a land in India.
Exactly.
What do you mean never own a land in India? You guys are insane. I told you, there's a Kenyan ancestor.
Never be a tribe. No.
No.
A Kenyan tribe will never be a tribe in India.
Exactly.
Like, let's be real.
Exactly. Let's be real.
Yeah.
We're out of the topic.
That's true.
What are the Kenyans that live in the Indians that live in Kenya have no tribal land. They just rent houses. Some of them build their houses, and they're there. If you might be a Kenyan citizen, you can be there, but that doesn't mean because they live there that they own the land. In Kenya, there's what called tribal land. Those tribal lands,
that's true.
Those tribal lands belong to the tribes, and it's not going to change 2,000 years from now.
But so Indians are a tribe, though.
No. It doesn't make
Indians a tribe.
Hang on, hold on. Let Kido.
You're making a mistake when you make. Yeah, there are community people who live in Kenya, but they're not indigenous people to Kenya. So yeah, to give them more comfortability to stay, and they're not going back. Yeah, you can recognize them as part of a community that live in Kenya. But are they indigenous people? Are they going to be ruling Kenya?
Wait, guys. Idola, can we go back to the Ghanaian situation?
So let's go back there. Because what Kazo is saying is 100% true. You know, it's 100% true. Because you cannot invite people. You see, for my own, if a Ghana man speak, I understand Akwaba is very nice. But you have to be real African and who know Ghanaians really for you to say you have every 100% trust in buying this land in Ghana. Not about how sweet, how nice the person is. Look, it's just good to be straightforward. Come and buy a land for 50 years. If you cannot, go. But not like you ask a person to come and buy a land, then you know it's a foreigner, but you already plan how to take that land away from that person. Man, that lady kind of show. She lost everything. But her neighbor is a Ghanaian who married to a black American woman who was even helping her to lay peggies in this land.
Wait, Itola, in Nigeria, do you guys have, when it comes to land, you can only, if you're a foreigner, you can't buy land because you can only buy it for 50, 99.
No,
Wow.
99, yes.
Wait, can you have a native buy it for you, and you can ask the native to make the land in your name?
Generally, Nigeria is the same as Kenya, right? Only real freehold land is like the tribal land and stuff.
Yeah, the truth of the
rest of the land is.
But Kaizo, that's not capitalism, though. You guys are.
Kaizo, if you're looking for land to lease in Nigeria, you have to go towards all this like Lagos.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, you can say, okay, the owner of the land is okay. No, and nobody's coming to build house on the leased land in Lagos. They would like to buy the land that will own themselves. You understand me? For that, so many years. So it's like companies who are building type of like temporary buildings, right? These are ready for 50 years. After 50 years, you're gone. Or an agreement, ready for 60 years, then you fulfill the building. For me, you understand me? These are the things that go on. It's not really people, Nigerian man is coming to buy a land that is leased. No, they're not. No, they don't go there at all. I buy a land in Lagos that belongs to me, found that my children will inherit it. You understand? So lease, they're not like real lease like Ghana in Nigeria. You understand? But if you want to leave Lagos, you start going towards them other inner one. Yeah, you buy land for indigenous and you own the land straight. It's not a lease. It's not a lease at all. You just buy the land. The land belongs to you. Only that you do things with the community because you buy the land, but you didn't buy the community. So you follow the rules of the community. That's just the way it goes there. You know, only that in Nigeria, we don't ask foreigners to come and buy land because it's going to be a problem. It's going to be a very big problem. If you want to come. If you have money to buy something, look for the right buyers, seller to sell it for you. That's just all. But in Ghana, they make a public announcement and brought in these people, and, then yank them off. These people already being hot where they're coming from, and you just yank them off, then they're going back and say, whoa, these people don't really love us like that. You understand me? So Ghana have to change that mentality. You can see the president talk big in the UN, but inside his mind is have something else. So a Ghana person will sell you something, but deep inside him, he just have something else. That's just the truth. When they come with you, man, look, you have to be Ghanaian to really understand what is going on. Somebody else.
Okay, no, thank you very much for that comment. Let's go. Let Abby come in, right? Abby, do you not think that this is gonna actually reduce the kind of tourism that comes from Black Americans into Africa? Clearly, all these videos are gonna get compiled. But go ahead.
Who gives a fuck? If they can't tell the difference between Ghana and your country, then who cares whether they're coming or not? Let's be honest. Like, what percentage of your income even comes from? Oh yeah, you are a tourism country, so that might affect you, but for most countries, it's not.
Right.
Yeah,
Ghana was able to make Ghana was able to make $1.5 billion in 2 years from Black Americans coming in. So really, realistically, this will affect a country like Kenya. Tourism is like one of the biggest sectors for us. That's how we get
what percentage of the population of your tourism are even Black Americans?
Small, but it's increasing.
So it's irrelevant.
That's the thing. No, well, here's the thing, right? We're losing a potential that we could have had. That's the point. By sort of Ghanaian scam going too far. That's the main issue.
Okay, so if someone can't tell the difference between Ghana and Kenya, who gives a shit, bro? You're dealing with the retard.
So you think we should only really care about people like, let's say, Austin Holloman, people who actually do research before they go to a place?
Okay, so who gives a shit, bro? You guys act like Africa is one whole country. Is the actions of Afghanistan affecting Iran? Because Afghanistan has terrorism, is that affecting the Taliban taking over in Afghanistan? Is that affecting the tourism that is coming to Dubai or Iran or whatever? Aren't they both Asian countries?
I think Kenya have its own part of tourism. I think Kenya is more internationalized than Ghana. A lot of.
No, Mike, that's not the question I'm asking. Does the action of one Asian country affect the other Asian countries' tourism? Because Afghanistan is not a safe place for tourism, does that mean Iran is also not safe? Does that mean Dubai is not safe? Aren't they both Asian?
I don't think Ghana.
You guys make yourself a monolith on the international stage, and then when people refer to you as a monolith, then you get offended.
No, bro. I don't think Ghana issue will ever affect Kenya because Kenya is far more well organized than Ghana in these things.
Yeah, but Mike, don't you hear what this guy's saying? He's saying that because Ghana is scamming African Americans, it's going to affect tourism in Kenya. Like he's generally worried about that.
No, yeah.
Why does the action of one country, bro? These guys are not even related to you.
I think what Charles is talking about is because Black Americans they don't really know the differences. Let's just be honest. When they say Africa, they mean the group of Africa is just one. So if they go back to their states, to United States, and they just say, "Oh, I will be duped in Africa," they don't believe. They don't say Ghana. They don't say Africa.
Change being a woman in this country. However, it's very important to also question exactly
then that's not our problem.
Represent and what are the women in those seats actually doing. 7 years ago, I was.
Yo, Kaizo, even niggas are feminists in Rwanda, bro.
Yeah, no, that's crazy. That's crazy. We'll come into that a
little
bit later. Okay, look, Abby. Yeah, Abby, look, I see what you guys are trying to say, right? But realistically speaking, Dubai is a rich country; they can protect their borders, etc. Kenya isn't quite there yet, right? So whatever affects Somalia actually affects us, right? So if Somali terrorism rises in the north of Kenya, guess what? Every time the British government will say, "Do not go to Kenya; it's a terrorist."
Obviously, your neighboring country will affect you. I'm saying, oh my God! Okay. Obviously, your neighboring country will affect you. I'm saying, what the fuck does Ghana have to do with Kenya's tourism, bro?
Okay, let me ask you a question, right? Any Black American you've seen on this channel, do they ever say, "Oh, I want to go to Kenya"? Well, one or two. They always say, "I want to go to Africa." Oh, I went to Africa, right? To them, Africa is a country. So the one bad experience in Africa definitely will.
Bro, the opinions of these uncultured people is not my problem, man. Are you crazy? Like, really, does your development rely on tourism from one segment of a Western population group, a minority population? Not, bro, you guys make you guys have bigger problems to deal with, and you take like the smallest problem and you act like you're trying to solve that.
Abby,
whatever Ghana's doing with African Americans, that's their issue, bro.
They give bad image to African tourism. If you look at it, if Ghana,
bro, there's no such thing as African tourism, man. We just happen to live on a tectonic plate, on a continental landmass that just happens to be Africa. Is there such thing as Asian tourism? What kind of retarded shit is this, bro?
Yeah, but in a Western mind, they see Africa as a unique place to travel to, and they view it.
When you're talking about growth, right? It's not just whether it's going to affect us negatively. It's about growth, and this is an area which is growing, right? Black tourism into Africa. It's a growing.
Stop advertising yourself as Africa, bro. Advertise yourself as Kenya. This is the problem. You guys all advertise yourself as a monolith, and then when one African country does something, then you all get negatively affected by it, or you think you're going to get negatively affected by it. Why the fuck are you talking about it like it's an African issue? It's a Ghanaian issue, bro.
I mean, no, that's why I'm specifying as Ghanaian. But Abby, you know how these people think, right? And we don't care about the low IQ-ness. We just care about the money. We want them to come and invest. That's the whole point, right? Some lowercase black says, "Good, cool, junta." Look, yeah, we're just on the same tectonic plate. What's the big deal? Yeah, Caesar's being, what's that word?
Yeah, but thinking, Kaiser, thinking that it won't affect you is actually insane. I don't think you should think that way, because it will affect you when it comes to like middle classes that have a lot of opinions.
Yeah, I mean, look, Abby, these people have been growing up. Literally, they thought Africa was one country, right? They literally think that. So to them, anything that happens with Ghana, all the stuff, it's just Africa is like this. These niggas didn't even know that so-called African countries had development and skyscrapers. To them, Africa is a real place.
Look, bro, Keizo, we don't give a shit, bro. Go advertise your country to people with brain cells. Go advertise if you're going to advertise your country, go advertise it based on its uniqueness from the rest of Africa, not why it's just like the rest of Africa. That's the problem. If you're going to advertise your country, advertise it based on its Kenyanness. You guys just go and advertise it based on, oh, this is what you can get in Africa or something. In fact, when you're advertising your country's tourism, you shouldn't even need to mention anything about Africa. Just advertise it based on like traits that Kenya has.
Yeah, but Abby, doesn't Africa has a bigger image compared to Kenya? Like Africa.
No, Abby, this is a new market, right? Hang on, Abby. Yes, that's what Kenya does when it comes to like white people, right? And Kenya advertising, getting a lot of foreign exchange. That's fine, right? But this is a new market, right? This is specific African market. I'll give you an example, right?
This market doesn't exist, bro.
No, let me give you an example, right? O'Shea Duke Jackson, right? His channel, Kenganda, right? He used to make shows, diasporans coming back to Africa. He realized he gets no views. When he says Black Americans coming back to Africa, he gets views. He realized, something about Uganda doesn't get views. The point is, the market key sectors or keywords is based on specifically Africa, right? So Kenya still has to integrate the whole emotional come back to Africa for this specific market. But I get your point, right? Kenya can actually focus on
and these are the drawbacks of advertising yourself like that.
It is, but yeah, let's see. Imagine waiting for Carters to come. Nigerian Prince, nobody's waiting for anything. You guys are insane, right? This is just one sector of a tourism sector that we again, as Abby you mentioned before, the only real natural resource we have is the environment, right? It's the animals. So these guys are insane, man. I got us to develop your country.
So these are not issues, bro.
Because of what happened in Ghana, I think most Ghana Black Americans will lose all their lands. Let me just be honest to you. Most Ghanaians, most Black Americans that buy land in Ghana, if you're not married to a Ghana woman there or Ghana man there, you will lose most of your lands. That's just the truth. With that land start appreciating, the people that sold you that land in Ghana, let it be 1 year, 2 years, or 3 years. If that land jump in price, they will come and meet you, ask you to leave. They will come and meet you with talks. You understand me? They will drive you. They'll be going on there. Some of their citizens even experiencing it to talk to you that is a foreigner. They will take it away from you. Yes, your return came very fast and very quick. So it did take the Black Americans didn't take enough time to digest it. They were emotional towards everything. Who were saying it here. Don't believe what you see in this so-called travel YouTube, this army of YouTube that Ghana have, all these with the Mayan and all these guys. These are the real reality.
Oh my God! Hola. Shout out! Thank you for bringing up. What am I is the worst one? This guy likes people telling you come Somalia is safe, and he's saying, in fact, I don't even have a police officer with me. Then you see a police officer right behind him with a gun. This guy literally lied to our faces.
Yeah.
Hazel, who gives a shit, man? He's getting money from it. And the one thing he has that you don't have is probably a close relationship with a lot of the tourism ministries of a lot of these governments. So if I was him, bro, Hazel, you can moralize all you want. I'd be doing the exact same shit, bro. That's why he has a channel with like millions of subscribers. You're still here, live streaming 24/7, bro. No one gives a fuck about the truth.
No. This guy. No, but Abby, look. You're right in terms of business and money, but I have to think about it from a moral perspective, right? So for me, I'll stick with my moral.
Get the fuck out of my face with that bullshit, bro.
Right. Shut up. We got a new panelist. We got a Black American. Just before you go ahead for Black's Righteousness, I wanted to respond to this conversation. Nigerian Prince, $5 says, imagine.
When I was going to, this is the downfall of trying to advertise based on this emotionalism of, Africa this, Africa that, bro. If people want to come and visit your country, just show them like the monuments or whatever tourism attraction you have. If they want to come, let them come. If they don't want to come, allow it, bro. When you guys use this emotional attachment stuff, people are never going to be satisfied. There's going to be a lot of room for downfall and a lot of room for disappointment and a lot of these, I came to this country. Okay, so just look at the internet, bro. How many people are talking about this Ghana, the Ghanaians scab me and all this other stuff? What percentage of African tourism comes to Ghana in comparison to the rest of Africa? A relatively small amount. But when you look at the internet, it's all about, Ghana scam me, Ghana this, Ghana that, because they use that emotional thing. If you just advertise your country just normally, if whoever comes, they're going to come, they're not going to have this super unrealistic expectation that you rent up for them. So
you
there
have a
isn't
point
going
there.
to be that problem.
No, you have a point there, because what I noticed is I think Black Americans are now advertising Kenya by themselves, right? If you notice, every single Black American now is saying Kenya is a place to be. Austin Holloman, all of them, they're all like advertising Kenya, most likely because of the cheapness, access to everything that they're used to in America. So anyone can afford it. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, that's good. I'll come back to that point. Go ahead. Just 1 second for Blacks. Let me just read this out, then you can go. Nigerian Princess, you want to cater to people that think we don't have. No, Nigerian Prince. Some people don't. When I was in Mombasa, right, to visit my girlfriend's family, it did flash. It was just a toilet on the ground. It was like a hole in the ground, man. I was like, and imagine it's porcelain toilet, but it's just a hole in the ground. Why would you make that? Anyways, go ahead for Blacks Righteous, folks.
Okay, can you hear me? Can you hear me? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, can you hear me well or just barely because I have a headset on? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that you're talking about this again, because when I do my live later today, it's not going to make me look as bad as I normally look when I do talk about Ghana. It should come from you guys. It should not come from me. So it makes my job a lot easier because it doesn't make me look bitter and vindictive and evil and all that kind of stuff. So I'm glad that you're doing this again.
Yeah, no problem. But here's the thing. Also, shout out Nigerian Princess. Just pander to white people. No, Nigerian Prince. Here's the thing, right? You guys don't understand about growth of a sector. We already got the white people in our pockets, right? We need to now grow to the other sectors as well, right? We need to get into a new market, right? Right now, the passport bros seem to like Kenya, but I don't like that energy of them just coming here to abuse our women, right? So it's not necessarily the most sustainable business plan either. But the question here I have for you, Ola, is this, right? Do you think that Ghana will ruin, let's say, Nigeria's reputation when Nigeria wants to start doing more tourism, because you guys are right next to each other? There's only like one country between you guys.
He's sleeping.
Ola, are you there?
He must have fell asleep.
Wait, I can't hear you, Full Blacks. I don't know, something's wrong with my...
I said, I think he went to sleep. He fell asleep.
Oh, right. I see. So yeah, Full Blacks, right? So how are you going to prevent your people from coming to Africa? See, when you first started talking about this, people thought you were crazy until all the scams came out. Like literally scams, right? The whole Ghana thing is just a scam. There's no two ways about it. So how did you see the intuition that this is just a scam? As in, it's not like, oh, maybe, no, it's a scam. How did you know?
Just, you have to think about the fact that Ghana's never spoken to us ever before. And then suddenly, just out of nowhere, they're inviting us. They're acting like we're long lost family members and we need to come and touch down and see the dungeons and all that kind of stuff. It just spelled emotionalism to me. And so I was warning on Uncle Suge's channel. I don't know if you know who that is, but that was my first platform I went on. And I was warning them about it, and they were like, "Oh, you're a hater of Africa." And I was just like, "Oh my God, I smell a fucking scam." And they were just like, "Oh, we want to touch down. We want to spend our money. We just spend our money." So basically, a lot of people just want to get God. I just need to accept that myself. Like, people going to Kenya. I hear so many good news about it. I almost want to go, but I would recommend Kenya over Ghana. And I'm going to try to push that more on my next video, is to tell people, if you must go to Africa, if you got to go, go to Kenya. Skip West Africa. That's what I'm going to tell them today.
Right. Mm-hmm. Nice. It makes sense. Abby, okay. Let's move the conversation forward, right? But do you not think that this is literally what happened previously with the slave trade, Abby? Like literally, like do you not think that this is so fishy? I know you'll say you don't care, but just entertain me for a second, right? It's the same chiefs that did the same stuff. the selling. It's the same chiefs that are doing the same weird leasehold thing where they steal your land. And even, in fact, about 50 Black Americans that I know on the internet never even got the land title deed or anything, right? They just got outright scammed. So, you know, yeah, I don't know what you want to comment on that, Abby.
I mean, maybe. I mean, that's just how power works, bro. That's like saying, isn't it the same political group that liked you 10 years ago? Yeah, I mean, that's their job, bro. I don't know what to tell you.
Right, but you're at least.
You guys,
go ahead.
You guys have nice clubs in Kenya that I've noticed, right?
Sorry?
Don't you guys have nice clubs in Kenya? Hold on, let me turn this off. I'm gonna turn this off. Hold on.
Yeah, man. Are you sure you're not calling from an African Wi-Fi?
I swear, bro. I can't make out what she's saying, like especially near the end of the sentence.
Yeah. No, but yeah, go ahead.
What were you saying?
Oh yeah,
okay, now we can hear you. Like we couldn't understand what you were saying before this.
I forgot what I was saying. What question did you ask again?
No,
what I was going to tell the people is Ghana. I'm going to really, because I if you guys have not noticed, I'm totally anti-Ghana. I hate Ghana with a passion because I see that president for what he is, and I've been seeing him for like 3-4 years, and Dr. Eric Kana. They all working together in concert together. So it's a whole big scam in Ghana going on, and they really are in debt, as you know, and they're banking on us footing their bills. They want us to be their debt slaves for their debts. That's what they want. That's why they want to inch us in with tourism. But if they had it their way, they would have some type of black tax or all kinds of shit they would come up with. Trust and believe they would. They would.
But you have to give me credit. I was the first man on Nana's ass, bro. From the moment he made that speech, remember when you guys were all praising him, saying, "Oh, how brave he is," when he said, "Oh, we're not going to sell our cocoa anymore." I was telling you how much of a retard he came off as.
I never
praised. A lot of these Pan-Africans were telling me, "Oh, this guy is a visionary," blah blah blah.
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, he's going to the EU begging, "Can you help us develop how to make cocoa?" I'm like, bro, this guy's a fucking retard. How do you not know how to make your own chocolate?
Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna really emphasize that. Huh?
He understands the psychology of a lot of these. I have to give him credit. He understands the psychology of a lot of Pan-Africans and pro-blacks on the internet space. So he knows how to pander to them.
Well, he knows how we're treated here in America. He sees how we're treated here and how we're talked to here and how we're given all these promises here. So he's using the same blueprint as Biden and all the others have done, saying whatever they need to say to get our vote, saying whatever they need to say to get us to stay Democrat or whatever the hell. They just say whatever. And that's exactly what Ghana's doing, saying whatever they need to say just to get us there.
True. He's the first African leader to implement it, though. Like the others really don't care or they don't pay attention. He's
hold on.
To like use those words.
You cannot invite people to area what. Look, inviting Black Americans to your country, or you want to penetrate towards, or because you think they don't have it good over there in America, but why most Africans want to go there and make money and become very rich in Africa, then you invited them because you think you can make money out of them. It's somebody that comes with this idea. This guy is just an elite. You know the whole thing. This guy is not. This guy studied in London. You know, he know a lot. I think maybe might do some courses even in the United States. So inviting people. That's why you see Nigeria is not doing these things. You cannot invite people to a place. Then you know, when you invite them, give them the passport. That's just the truth. When you invite them, you have to give them the passport. If you really want to, you are sorry for what actually happened, give them the passport. So you have right as normal other Ghana citizen to buy land and settle down here. But don't invite them. And I'll be saying it. This year of return is a business. We've never really done out of honesty. A lot of Ghanaians are attacking me there in some channels, say Nigerians are very jealous people, why Nigerians are this, why Nigerians are that. I said, no, why should I be jealous about Ghana? But the way the armies of YouTubers of Ghanaians, in some of them are even Ghanaians but who have American accent. So they say, oh, this black America, this do this black America. Well, if you look where these people are Ghanaians, but who live in US for years, so they have American accent. They have the nuances to say to Americans who are already emotionally kind of.
Can I ask a question? What is the scam we are talking about?
The scam
Ghana.
The scam is these people are buying a land, right? These people are buying a land within 2 weeks or a month. They will lose this land to the people to the shadow men. That's what Council is trying to talk about. We'll see what is going on.
But is that something that is happening like to even 2% of the African Americans that show up there?
Well, they're trying to make this a staple. They're trying to make this to where we come to Ghana around Christmas or New Year's, like every year, like Mecca. You know how people go to Mecca and they make their little round to go to see the Muslim religion or whatever they do over there. They trying to make it to make Ghana like that for us. That's what they're hoping for us to do. And he's been scamming us since 2017. As soon as he became president, he had this on his mind. And you know where he got the idea from Dr. Ericana. That's where he got the idea from.
So, is there anything they hid that was later found out? Like, because scamming involves like something when somebody hides an ulterior motive.
Yeah, if you tell someone that they have 100 years for land and it's really 50, isn't that a lie? Isn't that a scam?
From what I gather, I was here with Kezo the other day. Kezo Googled it, and it was clear from the very top link that it was 50 years. So it's not a hidden secret.
But the lady Leslie was told 100.
Yeah. So what they do to Niger is these real estate companies do the thing. Oh, we'll give you 100 years. We'll sign this other contract here and there.
For Black, Niger is a fellow. He's a fellow scammer. He was pro the year of return and everything. That's why he's asking you these questions.
He's a pro. He knows I don't really like him as much, but it's all good. It's all good. I'm just talking right now because I'm on the phone and I don't have a headache and I'm just conversating, so it's all good. But no, Ghana, they're not going to stop because they're they kicked down the debt. So aren't they going to have to address this again?
So is it tomorrow now? By this standard, are we not going to accuse Kenya of scamming again too? Because
no, Kenya's not scamming. Kenya has not been scamming at all.
What happens when one of these Kenyans scam you?
I have never talked about Kenya at all about scamming.
Black, what happens when one of the Kenyans scam you?
Except for that one witch doctor, she did do a scam. Her name, Dr. Mambe. She's the one that did the scam.
Black, what happens when you go to Kenya and there's a Kenyan that scams you? Are we gonna do the same?
No, that's different. Caesar. No, let's not use it like and say any scam is equal.
No,
right?
I specifically target the people that are doing the scamming.
Caesar,
about
a guy. Caesar, a street vendor scamming you on the corner is not the same as a government creating a whole institution, a whole event just to scam niggas, bro.
No, the scam is when people try to buy land and they get screwed over. The scam isn't the event. There's concerts going on. There's bars going on. It's not like people are going to Ghana and there's no concert.
Man, that whole event was a scam, bro. Stop.
So let's break it down.
Wait, Kizo, let me ask you this.
What's the scam?
Wait, hold up. If this is a year
don't
of
even know
return,
what scam is. They just say scam whenever they like.
Let's break it down. What's the scam?
Okay, let's break it down then. Let's break it down, right?
You see the West Africans, bro.
That's how the discussion is that they don't even know what scamming means.
No, let's break it down. What's the scam?
The scam is when you sell land or you sold the land to somebody, and within 6 months or 1 year or even 2 years, with that you take that area. It's all about location. The property market of that area rocket up. Then you back with other shadow men and say, "Oh, sorry, this land does not belong to you." Then you threaten that person. Look, it's easy to threaten a foreigner than to threaten a Ghanaian. if I come to Ghana, you can see what's actually going on with Nigerian businessmen there. You can see what's actually going on
are
there.
you talking about individual scam or the Ghanaian government just instituted this thing?
It's the Ghana government.
The government
so the government is selling land to people and then taking it back from them. That's what's going on.
That doesn't seem like what the government is doing. I don't have any evidence for that.
Hold on, the government will not directly scam you.
In people,
bro.
Individuals
let him
are
answer.
doing
Let
it.
him answer. I want to hear.
Let him answer.
I want to hear. Is it the government that's selling land to people and scamming them?
The government will not. In Ghana, the government doesn't own the land. It's the chiefs and the clowns and those who own those lands in Ghana, just like in Nigeria. I think government have their own special small part of land. I think you need to apply directly to them if you want that piece of land to be used for anything.
So the chiefs are scamming people.
Yes.
Okay.
The chiefs are
so
scamming people, and the government is not protecting them from these scams.
Okay.
And they knew it from the beginning that this is how land is sold here. There's gonna be they knew all that shit. They knew the
So you're saying the Ghanaian government
Can you show us an
knew
evidence of this case of the chiefs scamming people?
Of course, I
can
can
you
show
explain
you.
that?
Wait, so I'm sure there's evidence. So wait, the Ghanaian. So wait, what happens when someone goes to Kenya and a chief scams them? Does that mean the Kenyan government
There's
is
no
liable?
chiefs, bro. There's no need to.
There's no chiefs in Kenya.
No. Sorry, there's no buying land from chiefs. You buy land from private individuals or the government.
Okay, so what happens when private individuals start scamming in Kenya?
Caesar, let me make it clear, right? Scamming happens everywhere. Obviously, that's not the issue.
Yeah.
The issue is, right, the Ghanaian government said that you'll return, you come back to your place. There's land here specifically for you. That's what they told them. I can
Okay, that's marketing. Oh, come on.
Replay it. Let's see that where they told them land is there for you. Show us the link.
I will.
You just make statements like that.
You remember the bonds, the Euro bonds? Can you explain that to them on how they got the people to purchase those bonds and
who, the Ghanaian government or chiefs?
The government.
No, this is the government. Now here's it. Thank you very much. Right now, do you know? Okay, here's the other part. Right, you know the Euro bonds, right? The Euro dollar bonds that Ghana was selling to foreigners, specifically Black Americans, when they came there, saying your bonds will mature in 10 years' time. You'll get this much money back, and you just give us the dollars, right? The Ghanaian government stole their money, actually. Yeah. Took all the money from Black Americans and other people, foreigners who were there, right? Giving them fake assurances that the Euro dollar bonds will mature within that time years. Do you know what happened? Ghanaian government obviously knew they couldn't pay it back. I've done a show on this, right? They actually knew from the beginning. They didn't pay back. They went bankrupt. They declared themselves bank. That was a complete scam. That one is not even.
You just told another fallacy again. Now I don't know why you keep doing this thing. You know you're online. You are lying about the whole country. What you are doing is not right. You can't just be doing that. If you are talking about individuals,
you're not listening to him
because
he's trying to
I'm listening to him. I'm listening. He's saying that the Ghanaian government knew that those Euro bonds were not going to be paid back, or they're not going to be profiting it. And they just told the people, come on.
Let me explain this to you, Nigel. You know, when he did those bonds, he did it around Christmas last year. Right around Christmas, when people came to visit for Christmas, is when he did that scam.
Then let him see. We keep making statements. He's not showing us evidence of what he's saying.
Look, my advice to Black Americans.
He did the video already.
Black. Here's the thing. Here's my advice to Black Americans. This word scam, I understand where it's coming from. Let me tell you something. All Africans will scam you. All of them. In every country. They will scam me.
Nigerians are literally known for scamming, bro. Don't equate us with the rest of you. You're literally the OG. You're the chief ogre of scamming, bro.
Black. When somebody makes $20 a month, they will scam you. I'm sorry. That's just a fact. So when we make this,
why is the whole country scamming? Why is the whole country?
The people. We're talking about the
government. It is the people. It's not the. I don't really. What you're saying goes on in Ghana. This can happen in every African country.
Caesar, go and deal with the cold or with whatever nose block you're dealing with, bro. You're here sounding like a Terminator. Secondly, the whole country was scamming niggas, bro. What are you on about? Literally,
all these things you guys are
the
claiming.
President himself was out there selling.
How many land
because they were selling bonds
from Nigeria? I don't know.
They're trying to help.
The way Nilotti just talks. How many land scams have you had from Nigeria even lately? The land reform that were done in Nigeria is so tight that to steal land or
when did I even mention Nigerians? I just said your your Nigerian scammer instincts are here protecting fellow scammers. That's
No,
all.
I'm not
No, we
protecting
have to
fellow
be fair.
scammers.
We have to be
It's when you
fair.
use the word
I'm not a
scam.
big fan of the Ghanaian president, but we can't just come and start maligning a nation like
To
that. It's
Niger,
not right.
bro. At least just admit. You see, this is why no one can ever trust
Why
you.
do we just do this thing? If you
Yo,
don't
I
like
need to Niger
people,
to be my lawyer, bro. No cap.
use
To
some
Niger, if I
truth
ever
here.
get in
Use some
trouble, I
truth.
need you to be my lawyer, bro.
At least that's a good thing. I will
Okay,
accept
so
that one.
let me ask you a question, right? Look, let's stop booty clapping, right? Let's be realistic, right? Tonight, if I invited you to Kenya and I told you I'll get you a great apartment at a great price, $200, and you come here and then you live in Quebec, bro, is that not a scam?
You told me a great apartment, and that was a lie.
Oh, because I didn't define great. So you see,
because you see that's a clear lie there. The one you are talking about is not a lie. Because you literally said,
okay, so
give me great apartment, great area, and you give me rubbish.
Right. So let me tell you.
I'm gonna sort out all your stuff that you're doing right now, too, Nigel, on my next live later today. So thank you for all of this back and forth. I needed it.
Yeah, that's fine.
Hey,
I'm just
come out of this
asking critical questions.
For Black, take note. It's the West Africans defending this shit.
No.
East Africans.
The argument you guys are
featured. You're gonna be featured on my next video tonight.
Black, in 6 months, you guys are gonna come back crying about how Kenyans scam you. You're not looking at it from the right perspective, in my opinion.
Kenya's not scamming. Kenya's not scamming. So why would I say
Kenya? We tried to buy land.
Kenya's scamming if they never scammed? They're not scamming. Maybe the taxi drivers are scamming. Maybe the booth people are scamming a little bit, but I'm not talking about them. I'm talking about the government. The government deliberately targeted us. Isn't that specifically fucked up?
And aren't you happy? You went to Ghana.
I'm
You
not
slept
happy.
with men. You had a good time. You stayed up to 3 a.m. What was the scam?
This guy.
Nobody scammed you.
Till 3 o'clock a.m.
Look at all these women that come to Ghana that can't find mates in America, having fun, enjoying life.
Someone say,
how hard is it to find a man? How hard is it to find a man? I could trip outside my door and find a man. It's not too hard to find a man. You guys are so thirsty half the time. What are you talking about?
Wait, these people come to Ghana and live like kings and queens for 1 month. Everyone's serving them a life they've never lived before. Oh, I got scammed. Nobody scammed you. You enjoyed your life for 1 month. Give me a break.
So are you mad because you ain't had a chance to scam us? Is that why you have all this anger?
You don't understand. Your perspective is off. 6 months from now, you'll come back and
no, it's not off. It's been the same consistent person that I've been targeting has been Ghana, and I'm still targeting Ghana.
And they're going to target you too. People want tourists all over the world. Your perspective is off. You're going to come back and say, Kenya scam.
Okay, but talking about Ghana, because Ghana's been targeting us for the purpose of scamming us. So that's why I'm targeting them back.
Caesar, someone, Kezo, they're saying your balls dropped. You sound like your balls dropped. Someone said that in the comments.
It sounds like Color Genesis.
What happened to your voice today, man?
Are you sick? You sound like Color Genesis.
Oh, maybe. It's called tourism. Y'all need to spell it. It's tourism.
Caesar, what you're doing is you're putting your pan-blackism into like estrogen mode, right? Let's be realistic, right?
Kaiser, I know what you're doing. You want Black Americans to come
Kaiser, no lie. Kaiser, I'm not going to lie to you. People like this are dangerous, bro. These guys will scam you and then they'll justify it. Niger and Caesar are dangerous human beings, bro.
Kaiser, you just want people to come to Kenya. No problem. But when people...
They're coming.
Which is
Where
fine.
You from?
Bro, Caesar, no one cares.
Which is fine. I want people to come to Kenya too. It's not a big deal.
Caesar, here's the difference. Caesar, here's the difference. Caesar, okay, here's the difference.
I'm telling you, the way some of you
the African American. Wait, okay, to Niger. Can you let someone talk?
If somebody gives you water and the temperature is off by 1 degree, you call it a scam.
That's exactly what I'm saying. They will say it was a scam.
This is crazy.
You guys are definitely Nigerians. Both of y'all definitely are Nigerians.
Oh, this water is cold. This is a scam. Like, bro, it's still water.
Look. I'm from Nigeria. I'm from Nigeria. Look, yes, there's some scammers in Nigeria, but it's not a scam whereby the government will invite people to come. Come. You invited them.
Thank you.
Then you give it to the wolf.
And that's why I'm mad at Ghana, because the government should not be targeting people like us.
You give it to the wolf. A Nigerian person will never scam a foreigner just because of land. Let's just be honest.
Yes, they will.
Okay, Caesar, let me, like Ola said, bro, when the African Americans that are coming to Kenya, however number of them they are, or any other African country, the government is not there on their ass inviting them, saying, "Oh, my brothers, welcome back, return back to Africa. You return back to your home," and giving them false real estate deals that don't even make sense financially, bro.
Wait,
They're just coming there off their own
that's selling the land, right? Or is it?
So Caesar, wait, hang on,
Is
Caesar.
the
Let me give you an
Ghanaian
example, right?
You said it's
Wait,
the
one
chief.
second.
Okay.
Yeah, 1 second, Caesar. Look, the thing is, right? Ghana should have never told any foreigner to buy land there. First, you can't buy land, right? Second, is 50 years. Just knowing that fact and then using land as one of the options for families. These are not investors. These are not like someone setting up a farm where they can recoup their money within 2 years. These are families who want to retire in Ghana, and then you're telling them, come here, we'll give you land. And then guess what? The government doesn't even own the land, right? It's the chiefs and the stools and the clans and the families, right? To even register the land, it's impossible. We've shown, and to Niger, I'll show you if you want, if you're really serious about this, I'll send you all the list of people that have been scammed by land. I can't do that. We're live on show. It'll bore the people, but I will send you the evidence that I'm saying here.
So my problem with what I'm saying is, look, you're coming with saying all this.
You don't have to show all of them. You just have to show it's a reasonable case that involves the chief telling somebody that you got land for 100 years and suddenly they will rip the land off the person. Because that is the accusation here, isn't it?
No, to Niger, it doesn't have to be. Okay, this is how it happens, right? A guy buys the land of the chief for 99 years. That guy then tells the Black American, we'll sell you this land, although it's 50 years, I'll sell you a second contract that will allow you to have it for 100 years. That's how the scam happens. The chief is in.
You give us a case of that, then I will say, okay, yeah, that scam happened. But that is not from that's not the Ghanaian government that did it. So there's a lot of you guys are just exaggerating everything.
Okay. So Nigel, do you know right when that president started Ado, 9 indigenous banks of Ghana collapsed the first year or two that he was there?
Yep.
Okay, so this is not a figment of my imagination that this man was corrupt once he first became president. He's been corrupt. He's a corrupt individual. He is not a cool guy.
But presidents are corrupt. Almost all presidents are corrupt. Are you seen what's happening with Joe Biden recently? And
okay, but I don't see other governments targeting Black Americans. Do you?
Oh, boo-hoo.
They are not targeting Black Americans. If anything, a lot of Black Americans are having a good time in Ghana.
No, they're not having a good time. They're having a delusional time. It's called delusion.
Not saying they were scammed. You had a good time and enjoyed. It's the Chiefs that scammed you. Come on. It's common sense to me. Go after the Chiefs.
Caesar, I'm sorry that no one's coming to Nigeria, but you know, keep on praying. Keep on hoping and praying.
There's no need to hit Nigeria below the belt there. Leave it alone.
I'm just saying, like he's crying like almost on the verge of tears. Like what the hell?
The reason why I'm saying this is because when you go to Kenya, you'll complain of the same thing. It's the Chiefs that scammed you, not the government.
I have never done a video about Kenya, and I've been on YouTube since 2018. So what are you talking about?
When you go to Kenya, the way you're looking at this, when you go to Kenya, you will also say they scammed you. Every individual was
thing.
Yo, I swear. Keizo, are you sure this is not gassed them up with a fake accent? Are you sure this?
I think he sounds like gassed him up. I thought about that a week ago. To be honest, he sounds like gassed him up to me.
Are doing the scamming. So how is the government responsible? It's the Chiefs.
That is the government. The Chiefs are part of the
Caesar, where did you get this fake Nigerian accent all of a sudden, bro?
I can
he changed his voice a lot.
I'm around any group I can code switch. So there you go.
No, Caesar. Let's not do this thing where we start lying and
that must be gassed him up.
How can you trust a man that doesn't even have one accent? This guy changes his accent every day. Come on, man.
What kind of talk is
this? This guy is even scamming his own accent, bro. He's even scamming his own accent now. You can't trust this nigga. One day he has an American accent, the next day he has like a bourgeois Lagos Nigerian accent. Come on, man. You can't trust a nigga like this.
Come on, give me a break.
Gasnop, they don't catch you. You come from a job, they don't catch you there. You know, I was thinking, this is Gasnop also. You know, look, let's just be honest. The truth is, the Ghanaians use army of YouTubers to sell their country. They use Ghanaians who live in America for years, who have an American accent, and pretend them to be Black Americans. And these people were like, oh, you see, I'm from Georgia, I'm from this, I'm from this, I'm from that. Look, when you have the same accent, like just how two Nigerians may have type of accent, you understand me, then I will easily believe to Nigeria if he's selling me anything. You understand me? Because he has the same accent like me. So what will happen? I will drive towards that process. That won't really happen. But the reality is, if you come down, they understand. These big waist women went over there, start having a good time. You understand me? And those ones fall into. You see, Ghana Year of Return is different. People that went there, people that want to settle, people that are looking for husband, people that are a little bit. So that
Ghana
will
is
really
just an
happen.
expensive country to live in, and sometimes people's
Niger,
investment
yeah, that's a good
don't
point.
pan out as you expect. So I don't know why they are lambasting the
So,
entire country. I don't like
let
their
me,
leaders much, but we shouldn't malign them. And the year of return
Niger,
was a good thing, personally.
yeah,
No, it
Niger,
That's what
wasn't.
I saw.
wait,
I think it
I want
was.
to Niger.
It
Yeah,
gave
I
a
want
lot
to
of
Niger.
people close
Yeah,
this kind of
yeah.
Giving
connection.
people false hopes, messing with our identity is not a good
What
thing.
hope? It's not a hope. It's just a reconnection. It's not about
And Ghana is the first country to do this. Everyone likes to trash on
yeah.
who was first to try it. How do you know that they didn't invite these people? Not realizing that the land issue is a big issue because they've never had that many
Yo,
immigrants.
are we just gonna act like this is normal, bro? I'm sorry, man.
What am I hearing?
You guys think
So,
everything
What am
are
I
we just
hearing?
gonna act like this is normal?
you
This is
guys
not
think
normal.
This,
so malicious.
You know,
Bro.
you know,
We sound
Black
like y'all
Americans,
some
Black
up,
Americans,
Caesar.
to Niger,
You
wait,
must be
hold on, to
related to
Niger.
him.
Are we just gonna
Black
act like this is
Americans.
normal, bro? This guy changed his
Black
accent
Americans.
like, bro. It's getting more. It's
Bro,
becoming
he
like
sounds
Ola's
like Color
accents now. The
Genesis.
more he talks, bro.
He sounds like Color Genesis, gas them up. Caesar, all in one, man. This guy is fake. Shout out to
you
Bro,
guys
the
are
more he
you guys are
talks,
having to go at him for his accent.
he's
Guys,
sounding
oh
more
my
and more like Ola. The more he talks, bro.
I've
To
lived
Niger,
in
bro, this guy has the
Like
most.
me.
I can switch. But how do you know this Ghana thing is malicious? That's my issue. You guys make it
Yo,
seem
I'm
like
sorry,
We
man.
have the
Because
Why are
history,
you so
bro.
emotional?
They did the same thing to them 400 years ago. What are you talking about, bro?
You see what he's doing.
The same
See,
people.
Kenzo, what you are doing by that standard, Kenya is gonna pass to be a scamming country too. It's not
No,
gonna be
Kenya
hard.
didn't do
You are
that.
gonna have issues.
Kenya did not sell slaves.
Are
We
you
did not
trying
sell
to encourage
No, they
Kenyans to
didn't
be
say
so
scammers too
no
thank you,
now?
because
Niger.
that, no
That's what
because
they're
if,
trying to
if this is
do.
the standard, if this is the standard, every nation is a scammer, and even
Four
America,
black,
you have scamming
four
there
black.
too. If that's the
You
standard
see
you're going
this.
by,
You see why Africa can never develop. Crabs in a barrel.
it's not
Just
a
because
gold
Well,
they
standard
scammed,
now.
they now want. Just because they scammed now, just because
they
Ghana
want
scammed, they
their
now want
turn.
Kenya
They
to
want
scam.
their turn.
Yeah, they
That's
now
what it
want Kenya
is.
to scam, so they can
It's
say
not.
we're all the
Oh
same.
come on,
Let
man,
me
this
tell you
guy,
what
You
man.
makes
see,
Africa
Tuna
guys,
just
one
preying on the
second,
downfall of Kenya.
guys.
poor
Give me just
black.
1 minute.
Keizo, isn't it crazy?
Yeah,
Keizo, isn't it
it's
crazy?
crazy.
Tunaja
They
and
want
Caesar
to
are
turn
preying
like a
on your country's
prostitute.
downfall, bro.
I
No,
think
no, no.
Nylot,
Poor black.
your whole thing is that anything that brings the diaspora, the greater diaspora, and the continent together, you seem to be against it, Nylot. It's weird
Okay,
because you always
yeah.
seem to be against any
I'm against
American,
scamming. Yes,
Brazilian,
I'm against
He's
scamming, bro.
realist.
Jamaicans, anybody coming back to
I'm
Africa, you're
against
against
scamming.
it.
Yes, because you know you're gonna
Yeah,
scam them. You're
yeah,
literally
yeah,
defending scamming, nigga.
yeah.
What are you on about?
No,
They are
you guys
scamming
are
Africans
Africans
too.
trying
Stop
to
going on.
attack West Africa. There you go.
I don't know why
Oh
scam
yeah,
is the
that
reason why you're worried.
cathedral.
Wait,
I
guys,
forgot
give me
about
just
that
1 minute,
national
please.
cathedral.
Yeah, guys, give me 1 minute just to acknowledge. 1 second, Emeka. Shout out to Enel for the $20 super chat. It says the yield return was a scam. Ghanaians are as fed up with this government as the diasporans who got scammed. Yes, yield return was 100% a scam. Thank you very much, Enel.
People that
Perpetrated
don't
by
know the definition of a
Ado,
scam.
the cocoa head, Akofu to build his
Oh my
national
God, man!
cathedral. 100%. Thank you
What
very
kind of
much.
education have
Thank you
people
very much.
received, man?
Hey,
Everything
Okay,
is
but
a scam today.
Tunaja, aren't you?
wait,
Wait,
Abby,
Keizo, let's just
That
ask
is
this.
funny,
Tunaja,
man.
aren't you ashamed that if a Ghanaian himself is admitting that it's a scam,
Exactly.
and here you
No,
are, a
that
Niger Delta
Ghanaian,
man?
see, that Ghanaian is probably somebody that is not against foreigners coming to his country already. So that's why he's going to say that. So you shouldn't. How can you just everything is a scam now? Jesus Christ, we need to stop
Okay,
this.
Tinaja,
And we're
wait 1
online
second.
saying these things.
Okay, but Tinaja, let me ask you a question, right? You guys are my testament. Every time I advertise Kenya about coming to Kenya, what do I always say? I always give the realistic prices. Abby, am I not so weird about this? I even go and find video, pictures, evidence. I tell these niggas, you'll pay exactly this amount, $200 a month, this. I go break it down and I make it so clear to people so that they don't end up in bad situation to Niger. That is what non-scammers do.
But so are you saying that Americans haven't had issues in Kenya?
Not a systemic issue, right? Individual issues is not the same thing as systemic issues.
No, it's probably going to be systemic now in terms of when they do something, they find out that the stuff is not how they like, and they say they want to back out.
No.
If you check online, you're probably going to find something like that.
You won't actually. In Kenya, right? When you go and rent a place, they'll tell you if it's got electricity, if it's got all those amenities and stuff. They'll tell you straightforward. We have this. We don't.
And Ghanaians will tell you that. I can vouch for Ghanaians. They will tell you that. Oh, come on. You are being unfair. You've not been to Ghana. Don't mind him. He's not been to Ghana. He hear bad mountain Ghanaians. Ghanaians, Nigerians know Ghanaians. They are one of the most reliable in Africans, actually. West Africans.
I went to my sister's wedding in Ghana. Even their family's a scammer. You see, African culture.
Oh my God! You call them
ridiculous. The family of the man is supposed to come to your family where they live, but these niggas couldn't afford to come to UK. They're scammers to Nigeria. That's how the Ghanaians are.
Couldn't afford to come to the UK.
You people are just anything that brings Africans together. Every time anything happens, you find a way to say the thing is bad. No, it's not good. Don't do that. If you come together, they are scamming you. They are doing it. It's unbelievable.
It's not our fault. You Africans are scammers, though. Every time you come together, you're coming on.
You don't even know the definition of scamming. Why are you saying it? You don't even know the definition of scamming.
Oh my God! It's not our fault. You niggas are thieves. Kizo, how is it our fault that these guys are scamming, bro? So Kizo, he's saying anytime. So us telling the truth is a bad thing now. You see, these Africans are truth.
But you're not telling the truth because you don't even know what scamming means.
Oh my God. What other time did Africans come together that were against it?
Fraudulent and deception.
What other time, what other time were Africans coming together that we were against it? That you keep saying every time.
Oh, no, every single time. If they talk about year of return, hold on now. If you talk about year of return, you're against it. If you talk about African Americans, this is coming to the continent to invest, you're against it. All those are what you're against.
When did we say we're against it?
Yeah,
we just said they should be aware of the pitfalls.
Niger, he is on our side because he's telling the truth. You're not on our side because you're lying.
Oh, of course I'm lying now. You see, you know how you know who is lying or who is telling the truth.
For Black, you see, we actually care about the people who are coming to invest. So we're giving them a realistic point of view.
Who is we?
Bro, let me finish. Let me finish.
A Honor is telling you that they care about you. That should scare you, man.
Okay, now. Okay. You see, Tunaja, you see the implicit racism. Hazel, you see the racism. Okay.
Don't put words in his mouth. He did not say me. He did not say me. He said in general. So just stop it.
I see a pattern there that he does. It's like whenever it comes to
for Black, who do you prefer? Someone who's going to tell you the truth? Wait,
I want someone to tell me the truth.
Someone who's going to tell you the truth, the positives and the cons, or someone who's just going to tell you the positive so that you can give him money and he can run away with it. Tunaja doesn't give a shit about you. He just wants you to bring the money, and once the money is in, he doesn't give a shit. You see how he's coming up with excuses.
Have you realized the only Nigerian?
Yeah.
Okay, but tonight, have you noticed? Go ahead. Okay. Have you noticed it's only Ike who's ever said, yes, my family sold slaves. We are part of the Ogiamin dynasty. No other people ever acknowledged
this. That's because he's royalty. Most of us are justice.
Ridiculous.
Most of us are justice. Come on now.
My goodness. How is it? So when we say we all did it, is that denying it? Just because he said his name is in terms of his own family?
No, you said you couldn't recall. You didn't know what your family went through, what your family did. That's what you said, and you were lying.
What do you guys
pass down? Don't you guys pass down through oral information?
That's not how it works. No, that's not how it works. It's the families that are involved that tend to know. I've spoken to somebody that the family they lost about 6 people from their family. That's his grandfather's grandfather.
You're right.
Tunaja, someone said you want to do your own year of return to scam.
I would like, if I can.
That's why you're defending this.
I need finance. I want to do my own scamming. See, everything everybody does in the diaspora is a scam.
I'm gonna come to the UK and find you two, Niger.
Come on, stop it, man. Yeah, we're not scamming anybody. We are trying to reconnect and bring the family together because all the ones that want to do the right thing,
come on, bro,
come together. You see, look at how he's hating. Whenever he hears that, he gets triggered. Yes, that's what is happening.
Triggered, bro.
You may not like
a scammer. It's so easy to tell, bro.
See, I know how you come across. Every time he comes, when they talk about anything,
come on, man. Be honest, man. You literally said you don't care so long as they bring the money.
See,
Niger, why you
is
mad,
it not
bro?
Mo? Is it not Mo that said that this Pan-Africanism is Bantuism, and that shapes the way
Okay,
most
so I'm
foreigners
Mo
think?
now.
No,
So
no,
I'm
you
Mo
are
now.
like no, it shapes because if you look at
Okay,
the way
so I'm
your
Mo now.
argument is, I know the reason why I'm saying it is because the way your arguments go seems to fall along
Nigel,
those
wait, you
lines.
do realize there's more Ethiopian Pan-Africanism on YouTube than any other group of people, right?
Oh no, no,
Niger.
you see, that is the one that I don't like. You see, now you've just touched on my nerve there. They talk Pan-Africanism, but they never act it. When it comes
Nobody
to
acts it.
actually,
Nobody acts it.
no.
You find
Nigerians
it
act
numbers.
Pan-Africanism more than many of these nations that are hating. Nigeria has far more Pan-African than many of them. We put our money where our
Yes,
mouth
to
is.
scam.
We even put our blood where
To
our mouth
scam.
is. But you,
To scam. What
these
else have you
other
done
ones,
with Pan-African?
oh my God,
What have you done for Pan-Africanism?
Nigeria spills their blood for Sierra Leone and Liberia. Nigeria spilled, even send their police officers to this in Somalia, Haiti, name it. How many of you, your countries have done anything? All you people do is fight each other.
Bro.
Exactly, I'm telling you.
All these people, and
So,
they go and put
Niger, so
this in AU in this in Ethiopia. I see that country.
Hey,
This
just
is a
let it
country.
out. Let it out
Hold on,
tonight.
no, he has touched my nerves. Hold on. See, this is a country. This is a country that when Nigerians were trying to escape Sudan just recently this year, and they blocked them from coming to their country.
Exactly.
These people, and that's why you should not trust Nilotic at all. These people, they will say one thing and do
Niger,
something
there's
else.
no border crossing. There is no
And these are
border
supposed to be
crossing between Ethiopia and Sudan, bro. These are rival countries, bro. What are you on about?
Yeah.
Holy shit,
That's
man.
why
Grow up
during the
here.
wartime, you take it out on Nigerians, and even in Egypt, the same
Sudanese
thing.
were not allowed to come in as well. What are you on about?
Egyptians
This guy's
treated us
fucking
nicer.
retarded, bro.
You are fighting. You
my
don't
God.
like Sudanese
Because Sudan and Egypt are allies, you dumbass.
How
Sudan
about
and Egypt
us?
are allies. Ethiopia's adversary with both of them. So Sudanese are not even allowed to come in as well.
And Nigerians adversaries.
Oh my God, bro. This guy. You are in Sudan. You're just going to be taken as a Sudanese, bro.
Oh, so now we look like Sudanese to you. When we carry our passport, we look like Sudanese.
You are just going to be taken like another Sudanese.
Are you hearing him? Are you hearing him now?
Who Niger, bro? Hop up your nuts,
inexplainable. He's trying to explain something that you shouldn't be able to explain.
Yeah, but Niger, a lot of Sudanese do look like Nigerians, right? A lot of them do.
Wait. True Niger, wait.
A lot of Sudanese look like Nigerians. Are you serious?
Is he out of his goddamn mind? Which Sudanese looks like Nigerians? What's wrong with this guy?
Kezo is just being mischievous now.
The ones from Darfur. Kezo, just Google Darfur, please, man. These guys don't even know Sudan, bro. Google Darfur people. They look like they can pass for Nigeria.
Ethiopia talk Pan-Africanism when it suits them, but they don't act it. Nigeria is the most Pan-African country in that continent.
Bingo.
Nigeria is by far, and that's the truth of the situation. If you look at it, the way
you can take it. You can take it. Yes, to Niger, you can take it. It's okay. To Niger, you can take it. It's fine. Yes, you're the most Pan-African. You're the most Pan-African. Yes, we'll give you a badge. We'll give you a badge. It's okay.
The data is right there.
Okay, we'll give you a badge. Yes, Niger, you're still bragging about the 5 naira.
It's not about giving
You're still bragging about the 5 naira you sent to.
What he's saying is actually the truth. It's not about giving a badge. Nigeria is the most Pan-African country in the entire African continent. It is shown in our migration. It is shown in our speeches. It is shown in our actions. Wherever you go to, you see a Nigerian trying to progress. So it's not about giving a badge. It's not about speech making. It's not about going out, reeling out rhetorics. We do it because it is part of who we are. We see ourselves as those who want to be progressive enough to unite the entire African continent. So please get that into your damn score and realize that that's the truth.
Okay, so apparently migrating to other African countries for economic reasons makes you Pan-African now.
That's not the only reason. Are we not? Look at this guy that is talking. Obasanjo led the team last year. Hold on now, let me finish UFC.
Wait, Niger, does that make me Niger? So technically, by that logic, wait, Niger, by that logic, can I just ask you for that logic? Niger, by that
January
logic,
1983, and in Nigeria, the president Shehu Shagari has suddenly announced that all foreigners without the right paperwork have just weeks to leave the country. Almost all are West African, the majority are Ghanaian.
If they don't leave, they should be arrested and tried.
Oh, what about Ghana must go to Niger?
That was a retaliatory act. See, Niger, let me handle this
we
guy.
are trying to retaliate to what the Ghanaians did to us.
Exactly. That was a retaliatory act. Let me handle him.
At least they were not at war. They were not at war. Nigeria was at war when Ghanaians expelled Nigerians. Nigeria was at war when they expelled Nigerians to go back home. So to say that kind of stuff is
the most Pan-African
at all. Don't even go there.
The most Pan-African. Keizo, note the most Pan-African people.
Yes, the most Pan-African.
Yes,
the most Pan-African. Yes, we are. And I would like to. Another good example of that is wherever we go, we go to African countries and we do not segregate or try to marry within the Nigerian community. We still try to spread our seeds by including your own women into our own part of life. That's how Pan-Africans they dream. We don't go to Kenya and say, oh, we want to just be within the Nigerian community group. We get to Kenya, we integrate within the society, we show ourselves, we build around the society, we integrate with, we also marry your women because we believe in Pan-Africanism. Not that I go to Kenya and say, oh no, I'm a Nigerian in Kenya and I only want to deal with Nigerians alone. You guys are very ridiculous with this statement you're making. And it's shameful.
They know it now. They know it. A lot of them talk Pan-Africanism. They like to.
Yeah, we live Pan-Africanism. We don't talk it. We live it because I know in other countries. I know in other in right there, even in Nigeria, you see Kenyans who want to only deal with themselves. The only way you get to know their case, the only way you get to
on this space, relax.
Wait. Can I ask you guys this question?
Listen. Wait.
By this,
hold on. No.
There's like 5 of you Nigerians. It's only me, bro. Can I respond, man?
Hold on.
Now you see,
5 against 1, bro. Can I respond?
Now you are witnessing the round of Pan-Africanism. So shut your mouth when we're speaking, okay? Shut your mouth when we're speaking. That's Pan-Africanism.
Calm down now, bro. Don't get confident because you have your fellow brothers here. I'll slap you up now.
Ghana without even knowing the definition of scamming. What is that? If you don't know the definition of what is scamming,
Niger, can I just respond? You guys are not even letting me talk.
Can you say that in our front? And any of us that is speaking here, can you say that word in our front? When you face us one-on-one, man-to-man, you say that to our face. That we should shut up.
Hey, what?
I have a question.
Can you do that?
Who is speaking? I will tell you right to your face to shut up. Who the hell are you?
No.
I'll tell you to shut up. I do it all the time. I'll tell you to shut up. It's not because I just want to say it. I can be saying it jokingly, but if you come to me, I'll tell you to shut the hell up. And if you don't, I'll smack the taste out of your mouth. Are you mad? Are you mad? You think Nigeria is a coward? I'll tell you to shut up. If I see you, I'll tell you shut up. I do it all the time. I tell it to these cowards around here. I tell you, shut the hell up. If I could tell it to a white man, who the fuck are you?
Hey, Maker. Now you're
I tell you to white man, shut the fuck up when I'm speaking. And you say I can't tell you to your face. I will smack the taste out of your mouth. Who the hell are you? Are you okay?
Andre, keep quiet. UFC and Thing are fighting. Calm down. UFC, what's your response?
You probably have not dealt with a Nigerian before, or you probably have not dealt with an Igbo man before. You think you could come out and talk crazy? I will smack the taste out of your dirty mouth. Who's wrong? What is wrong with you?
Tell him. UFC,
tell him.
Hey, UFC, what are you going to respond?
I don't think he's that happy. The one that doesn't know the definition of scamming. I'm trying to call it. The original topic was Ghana.
Okay, so Niger, can I ask you this question? Okay, according to the definition of Pan-Africanism, UFC superfan, bro, he told you to shut up, man. Your own countryman told you to shut up. Keep quiet. To Niger, according to your logic. Okay, to Niger, according to your logic. Does that make me the most Pan-African person here? Oh my God, UFC superfan, bro.
Allow me to speak.
I just let you guys. Niger, think about this. I have migrated to another African country. I have slept with other African women, especially Bantu South African women. So I'm technically more Pan-African than you.
Have not sacrificed.
That is not the only criteria he used. That's not the only.
Give me my credit.
And most Ethiopians don't do that, by the way.
Even over here, sometimes I know.
Niger, give me my credit, bro.
Okay, you let UFC finish.
Niger, just by action. By action, am I not Pan-African?
No, don't hold on. Let UFC finish. Then I'll ask you. I will answer your
Bro,
question.
to Niger, he's just trying to start a fight with me. I didn't even say anything to him, but he's getting angry.
I want to answer you because you normally
UFC super fan, respond to the guy next to you. I'm not the one who told you to shut up, bro.
That's
the
my
guy
brother.
next to you.
I was talking to him.
What did I say to you, bro? Why are you getting angry? I didn't even respond to you.
You contribute nothing to Africa. Just because they put Africa Union headquarters in your country doesn't mean you support anything.
Okay,
African.
bro. I didn't say shut up to you.
Sometimes
I didn't claim to be Pan-African, bro. What are you on about?
Hold on. You don't even support your own people when they are being killed in South Africa. So people like you are very dangerous because you speak with both sides of your mouth.
Yes.
You speak here, you speak
Thank
here.
you.
You don't have principle, you don't have anything.
Okay, yes.
You understand me?
Okay, bro. Yes. I'm sorry. To Niger now. Let's get back to the topic. He's done venting now. You see, the Nigerian man attacked him, but he wants to vent on me. What do you call this? To Niger, by action.
Yours is more important. Yeah, yours is more important.
Bro, I thought I was talking to him.
Jasimeka is the one who told you to shut up, bro. Just stop talking
I'm
to
not
me.
going to.
You are the one he's disagreeing with.
I was telling you to shut up, not him. You. What's that your name? Nicolete Junta.
Okay,
you
bro.
I was telling
I
to
didn't shut up. Okay, get over it, bro. Neither you or I are going to meet one-to-one.
Shut up, let him speak. Shut up, let him speak.
Neither you or I are going to meet one-on-one, bro. Just calm down.
No, I do hope you do meet. Then I will smack the taste out of your mouth.
Okay, yes, I'm so scared, bro.
I do hope.
Okay, yes, I'm shaking in my boots, man. You're so scary.
You need to shake like it's winter. You need to shake properly.
You're a man's man. Yes, you're a man's man.
Coming. Shake properly. Shake.
You're a man's man, bro. Go do that to the Anglo man who colonized you, bro. Go fight the Anglo man who colonized you, bro.
So, but
go fight the Anglo man who cucked you. To Niger, by action, am I not a Pan-African?
No, that is not.
You literally gave the definitions. To Niger, you literally gave the definitions, and I meet them.
The only definition. No, that wasn't the only definition. He talked about actually integrating. Are you married to a South African?
To Niger, I'm only 24, bro. How am I going to get married now?
Oh, you're 24? What the fuck? So you're this young and you're acting stupid?
What is wrong with this guy?
Oh my God!
Hey, you're my granddad. Yes, Grandpa. I'm acting stupid.
Yeah, you're acting stupid at 24. How can a 24-year-old man be talking this stupid? You're so young and you're still acting stupid, man.
And to Niger, what's worse, me at 24 acting like this, or a 50-year-old man starting beefs online?
No. You're still my younger brother. I don't have any beef with you. I don't have a beef with you. I could tell my younger brother to shut up, right? I could slap you a bit, just to correct you, right?
What are you on about?
What I'm doing, I'm giving you tough love. I don't have beef with you. Why should I have beef with you?
Bro, just calm down, man. I don't know.
No, I don't have any beef with you at all. There's no beef.
Jesus Christ, bro. See, Nilotic, once he found out that you're a young boy, he's now calm down because he knows you are not experienced enough some of the ways you talk.
No, to Nigeria, you're right on that. You're spot on. I thought he was probably in his 50s or he's still a young man. So my bad. I'm sorry. You're still experiencing life. You do, but on a lighter note, right?
Just to make up, bro. To be honest,
I could apologize to you because of you.
How you gonna fight someone
because you're young? I could really apologize to you. I thought you were advancing age, but young man, okay, you understand? You still have a lot of experience to live, right, and exposure to go around. You don't need to begin to put out these rhetorics. Life is still way ahead of you, right? I wish I was 24,
bro.
But life is still
we're just talking here, man. Please, man, stop giving me a lecture, bro. I swear.
I should be able to give you lectures. I should be able to give you lectures. You're quite so young, so you should learn from someone who's more experienced than you.
50, when life happens, because you talk in absolute terms, and that is what the mistake you're making. But I wanted to ask you a question though. What has Ethiopia contributed to Africa?
What have you contributed, bro? That's literally like no country has contributed anything to another country.
I can list.
We're not even self-sufficient enough to contribute to ourselves.
I can list this Nigeria has, but I'm asking you,
bro. To Nigeria, I don't give a shit about Ethiopia, man. I care about myself. I'm not Pan-African, so I don't give a shit about this.
Just asking. It's your
I don't know, nigga. I don't know. Just go ask them. Why have half the African countries copied our flag?
African Union headquarters there? Why did they allow?
I don't know.
Because
you know the reason.
These people have
bro. This guy
everybody just like
I swear, bro. Just come and take the African Union headquarters.
They went and joined BRICS.
Oh my God!
It's like privilege that they don't even deserve. I don't even get it. No, I'm asking a genuine question here. Why? It's like
you see this nigga just hates us.
Position that they don't deserve. That's what.
No,
That's what I'm
to be realistic, right? Ethiopia was, that's why the African Union is headquartered there, right? The king that they killed, or you understand, was trying to unite the entire African continent, right? I've forgotten his name. He's well loved in Jamaica. Yes, Selassie, yeah, right. But they lost their way by taking that guy out, and you see that's why they're in the mess they are in currently now.
So one man did one thing in a short period of time, and then the entire continent thinks,
no, that's significant. That's significant. No, to Nigeria, let's be honest.
He's not responsible for uniting Africa. He's not.
No, he didn't. He was in the move, right? He was in the move on doing stuff like that, right? And we have to applaud him for what he did.
No, you can applaud him, but you don't applaud the entire country when they have not contributed anything else.
No, the entire country is still in a mess. That's it. After that, what has become of Ethiopia? They're still struggling to find their feet.
What did he physically do with his own people's blood for Africa? Tell me one thing he did with his own people's blood for Africa. Nigeria, I can point a few examples.
Yeah, that I can say. Let the young man speak.
Let's be honest. Ethiopia never have the interest of the sub-Saharan Africans. The mindset was very, very corrupt. What he did, he tried to use sub-Saharan Africans to rally because he did trust the Europeans anymore, because the Italians came to invade him. So he used the British against the Italians. When he saw that the sub-Saharan Africans are not getting independence, what he did immediately, he want to befriend the sub-Saharan Africans as, you see, we are brothers, we are this, we are that. That's why his own Pan-African not kicking. Before then, his own Pan-African never kicked in. He was playing a double game.
Can I ask the man a question, bro?
He didn't have single love. He didn't have single love for the dark-skinned Africans. Only that he used let's have the headquarters there. If that headquarters is still deceiving, there will be an organization of sub-Saharan Africans.
There's some truth to what you are saying. Yes,
that would
Africa. You know what? This is why I made that BRICS video, and that BRICS video and what is happening. It looks like Africa, the distortion of the population, the Bantu and Niger Congo population, has started maybe more than 100 or so years ago, and this is why you see the pattern. Even when you go